Hello everyone. It's now 2:21 p.m. in the afternoon. So my phone said it's 94 degrees outside, I think I got probably 2 or 3 hours of sleep today. No sleep last night. I'm feeling very sleep deprived. And nobody came through to help me with breakfast. To have like a full or decent breakfast this morning. So all I was able to have was All I was able to have was I'll say that was more like a medium-sized muffin, and so I think because it was on my debit card, that's why it costed like over $5. But the sign said that the muffins costed $3.99, but then I forgot how much they actually costed, but they costed a little more than that. But and then I think, but I don't know if because I paid a debit card, if that's the reason why it might have cost more, or if it, how they take out a certain fee. But I had $5.19 in the bank, and the medium-sized muffin costed $5.11, which will leave me with 8 cents left in the bank and no cash. And if I would have got to go to PJ's Coffee and got a muffin, I think it was cheaper than that. And in a bigger, like, the muffin would have been like twice the size, But, they treated me so bad over there that I just, tired of being treated like that every day. So I remember when I used to be able to get to go to PJ's Coffee and really have no issues. But they've been perping me over there since day one, from the get-go, But not every time, but a lot of the times, But no matter who it is working, for me to be treated like I'm not welcome, that location. But I only been to 2 locations. But like when I have a hotel room and stuff, I usually don't even order. I'm not against it, but I just don't really order food from coffee shops, or even if it's Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks and stuff. I usually don't really order that, like on Uber Eats or DoorDash or nothing, But yeah, so I was trying to get help last night for to help me make ends meet for like a full breakfast, and I was gonna go somewhere else. But it's like, I wonder why is it that for me to be taken seriously as a homeless person, they expect for me to be anorexic looking and starving. They expect for me to be starving and anorexic in order to be taken seriously as a homeless person. They expect me to be dying of starvation. They expect for me to be the stalking cult. They expect for me to be dying of starvation in order to be taken seriously as a homeless person. They expect for me to be anorexic and dying of starvation in order to be taken seriously as a homeless person. They expect me to be severely malnourished. But I myself have seen, in shelters and on the streets, I have seen other obese homeless people. And, the stalkers gossiping amongst themselves like, oh, Candy's the most obese or the fattest homeless person I've ever seen. Oh, she's not missing any meals. And she's so fat and a greedy, lazy, scamming bum. And this and that or whatever. And they'll be like, oh, Candy, she eats dessert every meal, or eats dessert every dinner, and this and that or whatever. Or they'll say like, she eats 3 meals and 2 snacks and dessert all day. Eat every day and or whatever. Or they're like, she's always talking about food. Excuse me. But if you got all these complaints about me, you're sick, and you're sick for stalking and watching and try to control someone who doesn't know you and who never offended or upset you. Never directly offended you or did you anything. You just hop on the bandwagon to hate someone you don't know based on false rumors and lies that you heard. I do not really have many supporters or many donors. And the stalkers make this false narrative that I'm always eating every meal in luxury. And I stay up in these nice 5-star hotels and everything. They have had moments where I have to be on a live stream for 8 hours and nobody come through for even $5 or $10 for something to eat. I've had those days and have had to be forced to go the whole day with no food after coming back to New Orleans. When I was in Pensacola, Florida, before they gang stalked me out of there, most of the time I did have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they falsely accused me, the stalking cult, they falsely accused me of ordering DoorDash and / or Uber Eats every day. And that's not even true. And it's like, if these are the same idiots that prank call hotels and spread lies and try to get me wrongfully banned and stuff and think it's funny. Now, when I went to breakfast, the cashier told me that it looks like I'm losing a lot of weight. I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm doing, But thank you so much. I haven't got to weigh myself. I meant to at the hotel Friday or Saturday when I was doing laundry. And I don't know how or why I forgot to go to the fitness center and go weigh myself. It's been, I don't remember how long. It's been a very long time since I got to see how many pounds I weigh. You know, so, and it's like, well, a lot of people I'm consider as not suffering hard enough to be taken seriously. It's like, well, y'all don't think my targeting enough? I mean, you don't think my targeting is enough suffering? You know, and they expect for me to be wondering where my next meal will come from, or when it will. They expect for me to wonder when and where my next meal will come. Stupid idiots! Truck too loud. So I'm showing y'all the proof of everything, and for me to be shown proof and evidence, and like showing concrete proof and evidence, and still not be believed, or they don't even want to see it. People in general, like people don't even want to see it. They don't even want to see my proof or my evidence of what I'm going through. And people in the so-called TI community, if you're not a thug like them, you know, how do you falsely glorify yourself as God's chosen elect and part of 144,000, but then you try to act like a worldly secular thug, and you bully people in the TI community. What makes you better or different from the perps if you bully and abuse fellow TIs? And if you know what it's like to go through this targeting, what you doing bullying and abusing me? And you're a dude and I'm a woman. You know, I only got 8 cents in the bank and I don't have anything to eat for dinner. Last night I got absolutely no sleep. And then this morning, I, you know, got like maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Probably 2. And you know, I was when I came here, I was, you know, uploading the videos and stuff. So, you know, I was uploading the videos and sleep deprived and fighting sleep. So eventually I had dozed off and fell asleep, and it was my sleep was spotty. It wasn't even good sleep. And then it's like, how am I supposed to be able to operate and function so well with my novel? You know, I have to just do like little bits and pieces. And I haven't live streamed for 8 days. And then in the middle of the night, last night in the live stream, they were harassing so bad, like they were trying to make up for the harassment that they lacked for quite a bit. So, you know, if the stalkers try to talk about me being greedy, a lazy, begging scammer and all that, but you stalk and harass and ruin innocent lives for petty little gift cards. You sold your soul to the devil for a gift card. I would rather, and people say it's better to die homeless and begging with your soul than to sell out and be stalking and harassing people, and sell out and become satanic and stalking and harassing people. And y'all are followers and not leaders. And if any kind of leader that you are, it's not in a good way. You're a leader of evil rather than a leader of good and righteousness and holiness. And they expect for me to go hungry and have nothing to eat, even on me and my twin sister's birthday. They expect me to be on the streets with no hotel. And I know that my twin sister and her cult and the stalkers, they were mad at what I said yesterday and over the weekend and stuff, and what I said in the middle of the night that I didn't get to upload until later this morning or earlier this afternoon or something. But I'm telling the truth. I'm speaking my doggone truth. But they don't stalk and watch and comment about what my twin sister eats. She can have her own place to eat and cook on Blackstone griddles and stuff. This morning I saw someone that looked just like my niece illegally driving a freaking Lexus. But I'm greedy. But I don't know if that was my niece Monica, but it looked just like her. And for her to be, she always had one of the family members that had the best in the family. Owning her own house through Habitat for Humanity. Nobody else in the family got to accomplish something like that. Not even me. All those times I've tried to get a place with Habitat for Humanity, I always got turned away because they told me that my income was way too low. I cannot get in an apartment or a place because they said that my place was that my income was way too low. There are a lot of people in the TI community that their stories sound similar to mine or is very similar to mine. And the same stalkers that's making these comments and false rumors and stuff, those are the same ones that expect for me they expect for me to have OnlyFans and be like a sex worker. That's the kind of job they want me to have. They don't want me with a 9-to-5, and they don't want me with entrepreneurship. They don't want me with authorship or being a content creator. And for them to just nitpick and point and talk about you like they think they're superior and better. Miss Vicky, you're fat too. You ain't skinny. And for you to claim that you were, they're making my nose itch. For you to claim to have been a teacher for 34 years, but you sold your soul to the devil and abandoned teaching and sold your soul to the devil for a gang stalking job. You're pathetic and pitiful. Because you got gang stalked for a brief moment, and it did not take long at all for you to sell out and become evil and become a satanic perp. And you've been narcissistic. You've been abusive and controlling. And all the stalkers that's nitpicking and talking bad about me, but they're the ones running around saying, "Hail Satan," and flashing satanic hand signs and stuff. I'm never caving in, y'all. They're keeping me forced homeless and withholding everything from me on purpose because I'm not selling out and compromising. So this is like undeserved jail or prison. And the same stalkers who try to talk about, oh, you can fast. I'm pretty sure it won't kill you to miss breakfast. Oh, you can fast for a week or two. But then y'all eating. They have skinny people who eat 3 meals a day. And all these food reviewers and food influencers and stuff, who do mukbangs, how come you're not attacking them and saying that they're greedy and talk nothing but about food all the time? They got skinny people and all their video content is nothing but food. Even if it ain't trying out restaurants, even if they're cooking at home and showing instructional cooking videos, they're talking about food. Why don't you go and attack them? They got other fat people who all their content creating is either cooking and food or food. Do you go and attack and harass them? No. I'm pretty sure there are other bad authors. But it seems like I don't know why y'all choose to be fixated on me. If they can make it like as if targeted individuals have a collective mental sickness, then why can't it be that the gang stalkers have the collective mental sickness? And you gotta be some kind of freaking quote unquote so-called paranoid schizophrenic in order to be try to stalk and watch someone's every move because you feel like, you feel insecure and jealous. Nobody told you to give your soul away. You did that. So as I said, all I have, as I said, nobody came to help me last night or this morning with anything to eat. And then when I'm suffering out on the streets and stuff, my body is weaker, It's like, why are they trying to control internet strangers who don't know me, trying to micromanage and control my life rather than just you're stalking, following, and harassing. And so, if you're a school teacher and acting like, I'm pretty sure how did you handle children that were bullies in your classroom? And for you to turn around and be a cowardly internet cyberbully? All I have is 8 cents left in the bank and no cash. Nothing to eat. That coconut oil doesn't really count. Not like they want to criminalize me eating even when it's my own money that I worked for. When I was earning my own money with the temp service jobs in Pensacola, and I got employee of the month. I think it was employee of the month, and I was kind of new and got employee of the month. And I rewarded myself with like a $25 Chilean sea bass dinner, and got cussed out, harassed, threatened, and criminalized by the perps for treating myself with my hard-earned money that I worked for. God. Even when I could go weeks or months without asking for any help and still be harassed and attacked all day, every day, and threatened and talking about, oh, you beggar, you scammer, you fraud, oh, I'm going to report you this, or I'm going to call up such and such library, I'm going to call up your job and show them your videos, I'm going to get you banned, I'm going to get you fired from your job. Like, they're doing all this attacks hoping that I will lose my soul and join the cult. And you know what? They got certain celebrities that nobody likes. Fame does not mean that everybody gonna like you. People would be a fan of the singer Brandy, but her brother Ray J, nobody likes him. I never really heard of anybody that was a die-hard Ray J fan. Like, is her name Tamar or Tamar Braxton? I never heard of anybody who was a fan of her or spoke well of her. But they respect and like Toni Braxton. And you know what? Aaliyah was a doggone kid. Everybody hated her and nobody really liked her until after she was freaking dead. Then the whole world loved her. Oh, she was loved by the world, and she was too good for the world, and she was such a beautiful soul, and this and that, whatever. Where was this love when she? When she was alive? Where was this love when she was alive? She was a child being taken advantage of and exploited, and sex trafficked, and everybody called her every kind of whore and slut in the book. She was an underage kid. They trying to call her nasty. Behind one person? Behind one predator? And being under heavy MK Ultra, I see a perp passing by with a discolored car and elbow out the window. Every day I wish I was driving and had a car. My voice is not even being heard. In the video that I did in the middle of the night, my words did not, I did not get to say exactly and properly what I really wanted to say. I didn't really get to say what like in an exact order and format, and just talking about, and then to see other professed targeted individuals, you go and look at a video of them saying the exact same experiences that you're going through. Being blacklisted from employment and then harassed about how you should go get a job. Ain't that a mind fuck? Well, that's the kind of psychological games that they play. If they harass you about getting a job, and you go get a job at the airport, and then they have you banned from the airport before you can start your first day of work. And maliciously calling up Piccadilly and brag about and spread lies that you're a pedophile and stuff. and they don't have any proof or evidence. Paying another perp to lie for you, that's not showing proof. None of these stalkers know me and my twin sister's real history, and they don't know what we've been through growing up. They just hear my twin sister's lies and believe it, everything she says right off the bat. And as I said, if I hated someone and I thought somebody was a liar, I would not be subscribed to their videos for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. If I thought somebody's reading was trash, I would not, if I got any kind of aversion to anything, I would not force myself and torture myself with eating food that I hate, eating food that I can't stand. But me, I call myself trying to give things, people, and whatever a chance. I'm starting to get a little overheated, so I have to go back inside. But I love y'all, my supporters. I love y'all, and I need help with dinner. I wish I could have help with hotel, but I wish I could have help with hotel, but it's not supposed to rain tonight from what Google is saying, but things could change. But I need help. And as I said, I don't have that many people donating and helping me. And less supporters. So I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all. I'm going to try to work on whatever I could with the novel.